All right, we have Daniel Racasis here. He is the senior sales manager with Gravity. Daniel, we're talking remote sales representative. Can you give a quick overview of what a remote sales representative is with Gravity?
Sure. Hi, a remote sales representative works in sales, and get this, remotely. We do a little bit of everything on this team. We handle a lot of our inbound leads. We do some self-sourced outbounding. We work with all sorts of equipment options, products, etc., be it standalone or integrated, or stuff that we've built ourselves. We kind of do a lot.
Very good. What makes it a different sales role than at other companies?
I mean, there's a lot of ways of answering that, I suppose. One is that it's Gravity Payments, and we do a lot of things differently than other companies. We have a lot more autonomy. We have a lot more agency in our roles. We kind of decide what we want to do, and whether or not it's going to be a good fit for our customers and the company, rather than just trying to hit our numbers all the time. Aside from that, I mean, it's different in that it's fully remote. A lot of this industry is face to face, door to door, knocking and walking into businesses and that sort of stuff. This role is completely done from the comfort of one's own home office.
Very good. So tell me more about the autonomy piece, the kind of do what you will. Is that meaning you're really building out the pipeline in your own ways, or just tell me more there?
Yeah, everyone on the team has absolute control over how they run their process. I mean, we have a sales process that we know, like specifically, like how we run our meetings and the types of questions that we dive into with our customers and that sort of stuff. But outside of like that, everyone has full authority on how their day shapes up, whether that's building a list and cold calling, or working more inbound stuff, or generating referrals off of your existing portfolio. And also, it's not just that piece, like the pipeline piece. It's also the deals themselves, right? Like, we have full authority over how we price our merchants, what we want to do for equipment options, how we set them up. Like, we really figure out what's going to be the best fit for them and customize it every single time, which I think is pretty different than the way a lot of companies do this sort of stuff, where they have maybe like 2 or 3 solutions that they want to like fit every customer into. Some people only have one, I guess. We potentially have thousands of ways of setting up a customer, and it's up to each rep and in each situation to figure out what that looks like.
Yeah, so sounds like it's a lot different approach than a lot of places. Now, Gravity has some notoriety. A lot of people know about Gravity and really like Gravity. And it is a great company to work for, or we wouldn't be here, right? But what isn't perfect about this role, about working within this role? What isn't just easy about it?
I mean, mostly reporting to me. That's very difficult. No, I think the autonomy can be in itself. It is a point and a counterpoint. It's really difficult to have that much autonomy. There's not a lot of top-down decision making. There's not a lot of people telling you like do it this way or do it that way. It's really a lot of trial and error and figuring things out. I mean, we have some decent training resources. We have a lot of people willing to pitch in and help, but you as the sales rep have to decide when you want help, figure out who you're going to ask for that help, and like really drive each situation. It's not a lot of hand holding there. Like I said, there's not a lot of top down decision making, and that can be really difficult, right? Like that, it's hard to walk into a situation where there aren't a lot of parameters and sort of figure it out. That then again, for some people, that's just heaven, right? Like, some people really love that, and those are the kind of people I'm looking for.
It's polarizing, right? That's what I like to talk to people about. It can be very empowering, or it can be very challenging overall.
Right. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Everybody thinks a little bit differently. Everybody's more comfortable in different situations. But for a lot of people, this role is particularly difficult.
So last thing for you, there's not commissions, bonuses, equity. Our focus is on the base salary, even in a sales role. Can you talk a little bit about that, kind of the idea behind that?
Well, it really comes down to, in my opinion, how we're motivated, right? Are we motivated by making more money, right? Or are we motivated by finding situations and setups that are going to be the best fit for the customer and the company, right? It's all about finding the win-win for us. And we find that commission-based sales, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it tends to drive people into more selfish motivations. And we're looking to build a company that doesn't do that. We don't want to take advantage of our customers. We don't want to sell stuff that doesn't work. We don't want to put people in situations that are worse than the ones they were in before, just so our sales reps can get a bigger commission check. We want to make sure that everything that we're doing is taking care of our customers. And even if that's saying like, hey, you're in a better spot right now than you would be if you came to Gravity. And by taking away the commission aspect, we give more autonomy to our sales reps and more agency to say no to customers if it's going to be a bad fit. That said, the salary thing really works in your favor if you're good at sales, right? Like the more you sell, the higher your salary can go, and it doesn't have the roller coaster effect that a commission check does, right? If you have a bad month, it doesn't go down. It just stays where it was. If you have a good month, it has the potential to go up and then stay there. So I don't really see a downside to it.
Very good. There you go. Remote sales representative. You heard it here from Daniel. I appreciate your time, Daniel. We'll see you.
See ya.